We have a new weekly, and it is got some toys, it's got some ailments, it's got some spawns, it's got one armor, really, PETA, and I mean, there's like you could try to make an argument for food with these three fellas, but it's kind of it's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, spawns, ailments, and toys seem like things that have actual things that go together a little bit. Maybe do a cool Anubis Bush Viper situation or something. Maybe. Something like that. I guess you could also level 3 Anubis with Walrus could be cool, I suppose. Only way I'm seeing to self-ailment for Unicorn would be the spider. But you could probably just run it anyway, I would imagine. Okay, okay. I'll go with the shooter. I'll go with the shooter. Speaking of, World Cup's been going on. I have decided to ignore the name of the team I chose. I have been less interested in this World Cup than any World Cup ever so far. And I'm not entirely sure why. I do know that for sure one aspect of it is the fact that, alright, then do that, I guess. One aspect of it for sure is that the World Cup is taking place in North America, which you would think, oh, wouldn't that make you more interested because, like, you're in North America? You would think that, wouldn't you? However, it means that the games are at, like, America times, particularly in the evening, which is, you know, when the stream happens, or just kind of when doing other stuff, as opposed to if it like being, it's kind of like how the Olympics, where it's nice being in different countries because then like stuff's happening during the day and you're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, hell yeah. But it's not. I could take this and then buy a berry. I just feel like I'm gonna be ending up rolling in the following turns though. We don't have anything too crazy going on here. I mean, as far as like something I actually would want to spend the money on, I'm not entirely sure on that yet. But I guess I just will throw this on this guy. Cause why not, I suppose. There has been a couple of cool. Oh, you shot my guy. What the hell? Oh, you got a bunch of that item. That makes sense then, I guess. Like there's, well, the U.S. has been doing pretty decent in the World Cup so far, so that's kind of cool. And I mean, I should be getting 5 attacks, I guess. Mostly just looking for a level for next turn, really. That's not one. Really? I got 3 half-level fellas? Next turn for sure, right? There's like a Korea and Mexico friendliness thing happening, which has been kind of funny to see that. But a more wholesome news element was Curacao, I believe, got their made it to the World Cup for the first time, and scored their first goal, you know, in the World Cup for the first time as well, which is really cool. Well, I mean, we have the thing, so we probably should just do that. Choose one tier 2. Yeah, just get rid of you. I guess stonk that. I could just give lots of stats to something. Maybe the Pygmy Hog, I guess. That seems like that's gonna be hard to do, but could also just, you know, bring this thing out there. When you run this, are you supposed to almost run it in the first spot and then like hope that they hit the guys in the back? Because if you have it in the back and you end up only having like it and one other guy, then like it's not going to do as much damage, right? So you would want it in the front, I think. However, I think I'm going to put it in the second spot, which might seem strange, but that way it gets statted. Because, like, we're going to be spooking, you know, enemies, in theory, as well. This is nice, because, like, oh, hurt things that are spooked, but probably rather get rid of this opposed to this. So I think we do it like this. Yeah, sure. And in case I change my mind, I give the bacon to the unicorn, just in case. Just in case. Stream-wise, we did some of the normal activities, but some good demos this week actually. Moss Forgotten Relic, Flock Soul, which are from the developers of Star Puffs, and then Desktop Explorers, all very good. An Endless Ocean event run, so that was good. Tiny bit of Pokemon Champions before Zap here had a little bit of time to kill. Deal 30% of damage of health to the least healthy enemy. Star Puffs Monk S. The devs sent such a nice message too, and like it made me be like, I should go back. I should go back to Star Puffs. I would rather level this before selling it, but it is a little annoying that I think this is the one that got the buff, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, what else would I rather, I guess? Because, like, none of these are really helping. Make the last enemy perk silly and activate it. I think I'm not necessarily really looking for any of these, unless I just switch out the hippo for the hog. Okay, I mean, I don't mind going for level 3 on that, I suppose. Cloudberry nice to grab too, so I don't have to bother with that stuff. Interesting team you have here. Alright, it worked. It worked. I guess one aspect of the hog that's kind of nice in this weekly with a lot of ailments is that, you know, it gives itself something that's hopefully overriding the whatever the problem is that was there. But, you know. So, like, in a way, you're like, oh, you should be statting that, because, you know, then it gets the thing, but you, like, can't really have it too far up, because you do need the 5 attacks to actually get there. I mean, we did talk about this combo. Could be pretty dang cool. And you only need level 2, which is not nearly as much of a investment. I mean, that seems pretty good investment here too, because you know, I'm trying to do the thing. I am trying to do the thing there, after all. It is the spiny guy has not gotten a single buff yet. That's a little annoying. There you go, you got one. Whoa, how did that do so much? What's that? What the? Although I suppose we should talk about the actual big news, which was, of course... This is Two Friends Faint, not Two Friends Attack. Which is, of course, the, I guess that also activates this, right? Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. Well, in the future I could do that, I guess. If I get leveled. I guess in a sense it's good, because then I still get the benefit of it. Right, guys? Right? Alright, that's also good. And then that's also good because on the third purchase. Probably should have done the Cloudberry first, maybe, but... The Nintendo Direct, of course, is the big thing. It feels like so long ago, but I mean, I guess because it was Tuesday or whatever. What the? That damn hippo. Doing some good work there. What the hell? I mean, I'm still taking this level first because there's all that going on, but... Summon one start of Battle Pet from Tier 4 and activate its ability. I don't know what to think about that right now, so I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do... It might be a pipe dream. I mean, do I really even care about the Bush Viper at this point? Like, I never got it leveled or anything. You know what? Yeah. We're giving up on the Bush Viper. Maybe we're going to go for a random Herola achievement. Directs are kind of funny. I've had this thought. This was a 1 HP difference. Oh, but then you got the buff, so it made it enough to kill, but somehow everything's dead. Oh, the weakness! Oh my god, what a crazy set of things taking place. Alright. Arguably should have done the level 3 first, for sure. I understand that. I do understand that. Okay, so you have a lot of stats. Alright, I'll take the draw. It's because like Nintendo, like people will say, and any Nintendo Direct there is, someone will say it is bad. Someone will say it was great. It like no matter what happens, right? So when I talk about it, it's more like I think you more have to kind of go with the line of thought of, all right, first time that. I think it's probably time to give up on this and maybe just bring in a random walrus, perhaps, too, to like maybe overwrite a spook or something. Because I feel like this is not the way. Right? I feel like that's not the way to go now. And then you do this. And then you do... I don't really want to spend the money to level 3. Okay. That I will do. I'm only at 4 wins? Okay. If you liked the Direct, then that means you were a fan of Kingdom Hearts, as well as what is the other one? Deltarune. If you were a fan of one or both of those games, then you're like, hell yeah. If you're a Fire Emblem fan, the game was already known, but you're like, ooh, new, like a little more info and stuff like that. A lot of the Direct was either things that we already knew existed from other showcases of other companies, or ports, or there was a lot of that. There was a lot of things that we kind of already knew existed. Some updates or little bits of extra info of things like Star Fox, which we like. It's like we already knew about Star Fox, so I don't know how big of a deal that is really. And Splatoon, we already knew existed, but it did definitely give more information. So there's something to that, right? And then of course the big thing, I guess, the OOT remake that was kind of already a rumor that we sort of mostly already all knew about. Hold on. Okay, peanut butter is a one-time. That's what I was trying to remember. I'm gonna give this to you. So it's a little, it was I'm not gonna lie, oh, alright, well, that's a very unfortunate 1 HP moment there, I would say. Yeah, we lose this one. Triple melon armor, huh? Oops, sorry. Well, that's not great. That's not great. Probably should do that. I'm thinking. Kind of imagining that this is also bad, but you know, kind of already locked in here. I mean, I guess I could get rid of Harola, or you know, you could. There was a world where I could have done the green turtle instead of the bay cat. Maybe that would have been better. Not really worth trying to level 3, I don't think. Level 2 there is pretty good though. Yeah, I don't know. The Zelda remake, it's like, man, we keep having really unfortunate math with this spider up front, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed this stupid spider up front. And okay. The amount of 1 HP things that keep happening is insane, both on terms of like not living by 1 HP and not killing by 1 HP in this round. That was like a lot of that. There was a lot of that in this session. Or this first match. Very frustrating. Okay, cool. I feel like I didn't even do anything particularly bad, you know, like we would normally accuse me of. I feel like a lot of that was pretty decent. Overexcited withering lizards in the sun. The shot of Link in the bed like looked just not, I don't know what the right word is. I feel like waxy is not correct, but like calling him a golem-like looking creature also is like kind of not really fair either. So I don't know about that necessarily, but well, would I rather 2 crickets? Probably, right? It's 1+ attack. Or 2+ attack to 1 spawn? No, it's better to do this for sure. That seems like a strong round 2 team to me. The other thing about the Zelda remake is like, you know, there's this whole thing of remake versus remaster and all of that kind of thing. And let's use Resident Evil 2 for example. That was a remake that happened, and a lot of people Walnut block 2 damage, sure. And that was a game that the remake that they did, there was a lot that you could argue was quite good about that, because it wasn't just let's make the graphics better. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. It's not just a let's make the graphics better. And part of that being like tank controls and that sort of thing. And it just makes it a little bit awkward because you don't imagine that they're going to do some drastic kind of change to OOT. It's like so precious to them, right, and everything, and Nintendo fans and all that stuff, that like it kind of feels like you don't really think they'll do something particularly extravagant change, and it's just gonna be different graphics. Like maybe a dungeon or 2 are slightly adjusted, but remasters are not, I think, particularly or I could be mixing the word, whichever one is just updating the graphics versus actually making like interesting changes. The graphics change is not one that I think is usually a good move. It's a little bit longer of a conversation to try to go into, but you know, this would be pretty good. We do have a toy. I know, you know, you could argue that the... Ooh, okay. Probably bring this in next too. But then move... It's the middle pet? On the friend in the middle space. Yeah, I'd probably rather do it like that then. Awkward to have the small guy up front, but sure. So we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they'll do like, they'll have the gyro controls because they always do that kind of thing, but I don't have a lot of faith in that, is what I'm getting at, I suppose. And, you know, I wouldn't bet on it, I guess. I wouldn't bet on it, I guess. I guess I'm not doing that either, huh? Anyone gained an ailment? We'll see, we'll see. Is the music broken? No, it's just a little bit of silence at the end. The horse math there was good for the other fellow. Oh, and we live. Just barely. Just enough. Just enough. Give Eucalyptus friend to the frontmost friend. Tennis ball, deal 3 damage. Kind of more than I thought. Oh, I was overwriting this with the walnut, huh? That's pretty stupid. Pretty dumb of me to have done. I think I'm willing to get rid of this and bring in a toad. I think I'm willing to do that. We're like partial weakness spawn, partial toy right now. Skate parch. I mean, you could go more spawning with these. Could go off of the toys. If I do that, I guess. Kind of a little bit riskier almost. Because, you know, then we'll have to get rid of a pangolin at some point then. Arguably also could have spent money to roll there for level next turn. I think that would have been a decent call. Surely they fed that. Oh. Surely they've. Oh. Surely they've fed that wasp some stuff, right? Yeah, this is not. That's kind of the one you didn't want to see. There's only 1 turn left. Oh, you could do that. That's always an option. That is always an option. Ooh. That definitely makes me more interested in toying up. Alright, alright. You're out of here. Let's bring this in. And then we'll roll it up. Okay. Okay, well. I guess we probably gotta get rid of the cricket? Or something? Ooh, Anubis. Anubi. Oh, he got rid of my extra spawn there, too. Bummer. Bummer. You reset it, he gets the attack. We get a level. We get a level. Ooh. Ooh! Interesting. Interesting. This is still on buy, huh? I mean, an early chicken, certainly you could do that and just try to hold on to your health. You could go a little riskier and try to do the toy stuff. I mean, we do have a squirrel. So that could be interesting. It's probably time to get rid of the cricket no matter what. That seems reasonable. It feels like if you do chicken, then you probably do eagle. If you do bad dog, you probably do bat. Bat only working 2 times a turn is a little bit less interesting. Granted, I've never really done much bad dogging. We have a decent run here with 5 wins as well. It's a tough call. I think it's a little bit of a tough call, at least. At the same time, if I'm doing chicken eagle, then it's kind of like, why exactly are we continuing to toy? I guess because toad weaknessing as well, to some extent. That's a tough one. I'm actually kind of stuck on that. And I guess if we get unlucky with like the bad dog toy, like the toad would make that happen in terms of you could do that, or you could just get rid of the toad and go vampire flip a coin. Do I have a coin here? Okay, I have a coin-like material. Okay, this one is dog, other side is eagle. And it fell, and it landed on eagle. It landed on the eagle. Sorry to disappoint you. So, if we're doing that, I think I might give up on the toy and bring in the chicken for future things then. Because you want the chicken going as soon as possible. You want the chicken going as soon as possible if that's the case. Okay, kind of based, right? We can... kind of awesome. Shoutouts to that guy. Shoutouts to that guy. Oh, I didn't need to keep that frozen anymore. The toy will be getting out of there, so we will not be continuing with the pangolin. We'll be looking to upgrade it with other things. I'm not really trying to, like, Herola level 3 again necessarily here, so just was rolling. Oh yeah, another game-related thing was the crazy taxi drama. Oh no, my toad, man. Oh, brother. Drama being that they are using AI on stuff, so people are reasonably annoyed by that. Okay, what do we want here? When do we want it? Now! Vulture could be alright. Phoenix. Baycat, Green Sea Turtle. I think that could all be okay. Well, I was gonna say you could even do Komodo, but that's not really that true if we're trying to do that. I think I'm gonna not try to keep the Boitata because okay, I'm gonna sell this and then that way I can stack this here so I don't have a slot taken up and I can roll. Swap all attack and health of pets. That probably benefits me, right? For teams that have a lot more health than attack or something. I don't know about that one. I guess we're doing it like that for a turn. All right, sure. Okay, I guess, yeah. All right. Okay, you're also spawning. And my Phoenix killed my own toad, I think, is what just happened. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that seems like a good time to do that, right? Maybe? Part of me almost wants to get rid of the toad and do this, but I think we just gotta look for a Baycat to replace the Herola, really? I think that's the plan. And then maybe, like, you know, chicken swap in things that are stronger in general. Okay. Level 2 oven is kind of sick, actually. Oh, but here comes the melon. Here comes the melon. Uh-oh. Hey, you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. Teaser for Pixar's Gato drop. The visuals look cool. I don't think I saw that. Oh, also, okay, one last thing about the Direct. There was a couple moments where it's like, we're really taking 5 minutes for thumb wrestling? We're taking 5 minutes to watch thumb wrestling? You're teaching us how to do thumb wrestling right now. Though I will say, the Switch Sports Resort, otherwise, like, not a bad reveal. One of the few things that I guess, in a sense, was a real reveal of a new thing. And it's still probably better than the Horola, I would think. I would think. That would be pretty great too, though. I mean, I still think the Walrus as a temporary might be good. Although it makes it a little bit less guaranteed to get the melon armor, I suppose. But that helps. That helps for sure. The problem, we do kind of have to, like, keep, you know, winning. Okay. What does level 2 do? Blocks 40 damage? I don't think we need that necessarily. There's an argument to be made potentially for chicken going right now. I think maybe you could argue waiting until 1 life for that. You could also argue getting rid of the turtle, because it's only usually armoring these 2 guys, but if you have if you replace this with one of with a Cerberus, and get it to level 2, then there's a decent chance the Cerberus is gonna be buffed up as well. And then, of course, you could also just say get rid of Walrus, because we just swapped it in. Getting a Cerberus level 2 would be is the reason that I'm not just tossing the chocolate immediately onto the toad. I think I'm gonna try to wait 1 more turn. How do I feel about a level 2 Phoenix? I think it is bad, because I'm trying to give myself armor. So unless I did it like the first turn, like have it in the front, and even then the burns are gonna make me very low, so if the opponent has any kind of like sniping or anything like that. Level 2 Walrus, how do I feel about that? I mean, this is not doing anything, so I wouldn't mind it getting hit with the peanut, but the peanut being random means it can also be overridden, so I think I'm really tempted to wait 1 more turn. I'm really tempted to serve. You know what? Canned food. Canned food. Draw would be great here. Looking like a loss on the surface, I would say. And it is a pretty good burn. Oh, so close. So close to a draw. That draw would have been so good. Okay. I think you got it. Oh, it's future, so that's why. Okay, okay. I like wanna buy this because like it being alive is good, or like this being alive is good to some extent. If I buy it, I can't roll though. Okay. I am looking into what is here for sure. I think the Walrus is not the play. I think the Walrus is not the play. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This could definitely win. I mean, the idea being like but the vulture is scary. Okay, Baycat. Okay, now we have the armor from the vulture shots. That's what we were hoping for. Okay, fantastic. That's what we're looking for. Do that just to up its health, honestly. Do that to get the trigger. Right? The idea being we get the armor so that then these have a high attack with their their thing going on there. I should have given this the Cloudberry, because now I don't want to, like, overwrite it with that, but... Do I roll, or do I throw a random thing on you? Just to, like, in case somehow. Probably not gonna make a difference. Yeah, I think roll's better. That's a good roll. Good. That's really important. Okay. That's an interesting turn, because, like, do you really use all money on levels for one turn? Okay, we lived the initial snipes. That's good. We lived the burn. Can we beat this guy? Yeah, you're weakened. You're weakened. Okay. Okay. One more. So I think with one more, you instead... I mean, you could argue just double PETA feed. I guess it's either you double PETA feed or you do one seal and then feed. But I think you just roll, because you could get something that's more interesting. Like, imagine if that was a celery. But now we just feed this double up. Okay. Come on. Come on, here we go. That's a lot of stats. They did get a bad order with the vulture. Oh, we did it. We did it right as we got raided by Hopsy Wopsy. There you go, Hopsy Wopsy and viewers. Hello. We're playing the new weekly. And I just won. Hell yeah. Use code Purtle. I assume you were playing Super Auto Pets yourself? I finally didn't disappoint for once. The alert finally wasn't, you know, usually it does end up being a loss. Not this time. Oops, we're not starting that one yet. We're starting another run next, but for now, wrapping up that one. Whew, got a win in finally.